Hello my dear students, once again welcome back for the continuation of chapter 3 in chemistry, that is acid, bases and salt. Today I would like to explain you bases, alkalis, classification of alkalis and classification of bases. Before I start this, I would like to recapitulate whatever we have done in previous class. As you know that acids are chemical compounds which when dissolved in water produce hydronium ions as the only positively charged ion. And these hydronium ions are responsible for the acidic properties of the acid, color changes of the indicator and good conductor of electricity. As you know, the general characteristic of acids have sour taste. Acid turn blue litmus paper red. Acid turn metal orange pink. Acid turn pink alkaline phenylphthalate solution colorless. Whenever acid reacts with bases, will get salt and water molecule. When dilute acid reacts with active metals, will get salt and hydrogen gas. Hydrogen gas is evolved when dilute acid reacts with active metals. Active metals means metals which are above hydrogen in the activity series. And another product will get salt. When acid reacts with carbonates or bicarbonate salt, will get carbon dioxide gas, and other two products are salt and water molecule. Whenever dilute acid reacts with sulfide, SULPHITE, sulfide or bisulfide salt, will get sulfur dioxide gas, and other two products are salt and water molecule. Whenever dilute acid reacts with sulfide salt, SULPHIDE, sulfide or bisulfide salt, will get hydrogen sulfide gas and salt. In this case, we don't get water molecule. Now, let's move on to today's topic, bases. Bases are metallic oxide, metallic hydroxide or ammonium hydroxide, which when react with acid will get salt and water molecule. All metallic oxide like copper oxide, zinc oxide, magnesium oxide, sodium oxide are bases. All metallic hydroxide, sodium hydroxide, ammonium hydroxide, potassium hydroxide, calcium hydroxide, magnesium hydroxide are bases. And ammonium hydroxide is a base. Whenever these bases react with acid, will get salt and water molecule. For example, here copper oxide is a base. When it reacts with dilute sulfuric acid, will get salt and water molecule. Salt is copper sulfate and water, H2O. Here copper hydroxide is a base. When it reacts with dilute sulfuric acid, H2SO4 will get copper sulfate and water molecule. This is salt and this is water. As you know that here we are getting salt and water molecule when bases react with acid. Now next, alkalis. Bases which are soluble in water are called alkalis. Here, sodium hydroxide, ammonium hydroxide, these are bases which are soluble in water. So, these are called alkalis. Sodium hydroxide, which when dissolved in water, it produces sodium ions and hydroxyl ions. Ammonium hydroxide, when it dissolves in water, it produces ammonium ions and hydroxyl ions. So, in other words, here alkalis are bases which when dissolved in water produce hydroxyl ion as the only negatively charged ions. Now next here, classification of alkalis. Here on the basis of strength, alkalis can be classified into two types, strong alkalis and weak alkalis. Strong alkalis are those alkalis which when dissolved in water completely dissociate into their ions, thereby producing a high concentration of hydroxyl ions. And next here, weak alkalis. Weak alkalis are those alkalis which when dissolved in water, they partially dissociate and thereby producing a low concentration of hydroxyl ions. As you can see here, calcium hydroxide, ammonium hydroxide, magnesium hydroxide, these are weak alkalis. Whereas sodium hydroxide, potassium hydroxide, these are strong alkalis. When they dissolve in water, they completely dissociate, thereby producing a high concentration of hydroxyl ion as the only negatively charged ions. Now next here, on the basis of concentration, alkalis can be classified into two types, concentrated alkalis and dilute alkalis. Concentrated alkalis are those alkalis in which the percentage of alkalis is higher than the percentage of water in their aqueous solution. Now next here, dilute alkalis. Dilute alkalis are those alkalis in which the percentage of alkalis is more than that of water in their aqueous solution. Now here the last one, classification of bases. On the basis of acidity. Acidity means is the number of hydroxyl ions that can be produced by the ionization of one molecule of base in the aqueous solution. On the basis of acidity, here bases can be classified into three types, monoacidic bases, diacidic bases and triacidic bases. Monoacidic bases are those bases which when dissolved in water, they produce only one hydroxyl ions in the aqueous solution. Sodium hydroxide, potassium hydroxide, these are monoacidic bases. Their acidity is 1 because they produce only one hydroxyl ion when they dissolve in water. Here diacidic bases are those bases which when dissolved in water, they produce two hydroxyl ions as the only negatively charged ion. Here calcium hydroxide, magnesium hydroxide, zinc hydroxide, etc. are the example of diacidic bases. Now last one here, triacidic bases. Triacidic bases are those bases which when dissolved in water, they produce 3 hydroxyl ions as the only negatively charged ion. Here aluminum hydroxide, ferric hydroxide, etc. are the examples of triacidic bases. Dear children, here we have come to the end of today's online class. Thank you very much.